PowerShot G7X Mark III. This is a very exciting day. As you can tell from the title above, I have my hands on a Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. Oh, I did not even know that this was released until about a week ago when somebody very kindly asked me on Instagram, what do you normally shoot on? And I said either the Panasonic GH5 or for my vlog camera and day-to-day then I use the Mark II. And then they've told me, oh, a Mark III is actually going to be released next week. So then I jumped on my phone, quickly typed it up, and then alas, realised that they were actually releasing this in Hong Kong on August the 1st. Today is August the 2nd and I just received it, and I thought I would do a little bonus video, and instead of doing food, travel and lifestyle today, I'm going to step in gingerly in the realms of tech. Kind of, photography, kind of. I have written down a few notes on my phone all about the different new features on the Mark III compared to the Mark II, and particularly the highlight of this camera, which is the reason why I decided to upgrade from the Mark II to this one. I'm currently in Hong Kong and this has just been released, and I got it for a bargain price, which I'll go into in a minute, but I'm not sure when it's going to be released in the UK or the US. I believe later in August, but they've kept very quiet about this. I thought they'd be like hyping this up, but I've not seen barely anything on social media. If somebody hadn't messaged me on Instagram before telling me. I've been looking for an upgrade for my G7X Mark II for quite a while, and I did have my hands on a Canon M50, which I shot a few videos and vlogs on, but I didn't really get on with it because it was just, it's still a similar size to my GH5, and I wanted something that's a lot smaller with better stabilization, and the M50 didn't quite hit that, but I did really miss the wide angle aspect of it. And then this baby jumped out of the blue, and here I am. But before I open this, I thought I would share this funny story yesterday. Originally I was going to Fortress, which is a very big electrical chain store in Hong Kong, and they were selling this for 5,380 Hong Kong dollars, which is around 538 pounds, a bit more, 550 pounds. But then I went online to see who else stocked it and realized there's a small store called CMK, and because they had it a day later than Fortress and the Canon store, they were offering to sell it for 5,180 instead. So I was a bit like, had a chat with the man, and he was just like, let me tell you, nobody in Hong Kong has this today, everybody in Hong Kong has it tomorrow. And I was like, well, that's a lie, because I was just speaking to Canon on live chat. I was really desperate, and they said I can order it online and have the silver color, because this comes in two colors, the pure black one, the sleek one, or the black and the silver one, just like the vintagey kind of one, and that's a Canon exclusive for Dim Sajo online store, I believe. And he was just like, oh, well, if you buy it tomorrow and order it today, I will take off another $100, so it's 5,080, and I'll throw in a 64GB SD card for you if you pick it up the day later. So I'm like, damn! Got this for way cheaper than the retail price in the UK, which is £699, I believe. Love a bargain. Enough rambling. Let's open this baby up. Are you ready? We've already opened this up earlier just to give it a test, but I've not opened it up with my own hands. So as soon as you open it up, I've got my receipt from CMK, which we'll put here. We've got this little booklet, the manual. This is what the box looks like. This is silk. Ooh. And we've got the camera charger, and this one is exactly the same charger and battery as the Mark II, which is great because now it means I've got an extra camera battery for when I'm vlogging. And the good thing about it being in Hong Kong is that it's still the 3-pin, which means I can use it in London. There's also a little camera strap, and then when you open it up, okay, I actually really wanted the black and silver one, but it was too much of a kerfuffle, so I thought I'd go for my trusty sleek black one. Here it is. This is the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. There are a lot of reasons why I decided to upgrade it from the Mark II to the Mark III, but the biggest one is that you can now add an external microphone to the camera, and this is like, I really love the Mark II, but it can be quite annoying to film in noisy environments like a restaurant or filming outside, because the internal microphone just isn't good enough, which is why I always just end up lugging around my GH5 instead and putting on my microphone, and this is very roughed up, or a lav mic. But The bad thing is that there isn't a hot shoe anywhere, so I can't actually attach this directly on the camera itself. I have seen people attach it to a mount though on a tripod like this, so it's connected via the jack and it's kind of recording like that into your sound. This will be something that will excite a lot of people, but this is the first camera in the PowerShot G7X series that now has the ability to shoot in 4K with up to 29.97/30p, and you can now finally shoot 120 frames per second on this as well, and I recorded a few notes on this. So on continuous recording at 4K you can shoot up to 10 minutes, at 120 frames per second you can shoot up to 7 minutes 30, and for full HD and HD you can continuously record a video for 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Oh, and something that's going to come in handy as well, and it's a feature that I didn't know I would probably need, is that when you are recording yourself like this, you can now directly click on the touchscreen to stop and record a video rather than fumbling at the back trying to find the little button here. So it's good if you are either taking a selfie or vlogging yourself like this, just to go bloop, bloop, which is really cool. This camera has actually been marketed to a lot of people who are YouTube creators and social media creators as well, on Instagram and so on and so forth, because you can now directly live stream a video from the G7X Mark III itself, which is amazing. So apparently you can schedule a time on YouTube and then coordinate it with the camera, plug it in, and then when it's time you can do a live stream from here. So this is perfect because I'm actually thinking of doing way more live videos and mukbangs and things like that on YouTube, so I'm gonna test this out and see. And also another feature for people who do a lot of social media, you can actually record vertical videos and it will play back and record in the vertical orientation as well. Try and get that word out. If you want to see another video kind of showing more in-depth video tests, then let me know, because otherwise this video is going to get way too long. So I'm thinking of doing a side-by-side comparison with the video and audio to show what it's like with audio when I'm out and about, what it's like indoors, what it's like in low light conditions, and also what the sound quality is like with an external microphone, if I can somehow find a mount to mount this to. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Shu. I don't normally make camera videos and I'm probably not going to delve into that in the near future, but if you're liking what you're seeing so far and you have an interest in food, travel or lifestyle, then consider subscribing for more videos from this channel. So this is the video from the G7X Mark II, and the next clip you see is going to be from the Mark III. Enough excited rambling, let's get into the first video from here. Okay, so this is the first video I've ever shot from the Mark III. I'm very glad to share this special moment with you. How do I look? Do I look extra sweaty? Do I look more sharply sweaty? I can see that it's already immediately picking up my face and it's tracking my face, but I'm not sure what it's like with the autofocus when I'm moving around, whether it's tracking it and whether it's quick to pick it up for the continuous autofocus. Hopefully it is. Now I'm going to go out and about and show you about my day to see how it holds up and how it compares to the Mark II. Thank you so much for all that you've done, but now let's go test your bigger brother out and see what the G7X Mark III is like. And I'm also not going to color grade this video as well, just so you can see what it's like straight out of the box, because normally I do color grade my videos quite extensively. Hopefully you can be able to tell what the color is like on here. This one is the Mark III, this is the Mark II, and appearance wise this little ridge is a little bit thicker, which I guess ergonomically is a better feel, where it's got a better grip as well. On the lens, this is different to this on the Mark III, which means that if you are changing your aperture and stuff, then this feels like it's going to be a lot easier to do. The G7X is now at the bottom right instead of the top right, but otherwise it doesn't look too different. This is what it looks like at the back, Mark III, Mark II. The buttons have had a little bit of a changey round. The delete button is now, where is it, up here instead of here. And yeah, you can just see for yourself that most things are kind of similar and there's not been too many changes at the back. This is the top view as well, Mark III, Mark II. So we've got the microphones a little bit different on here compared to here, but otherwise the dials look the same, the zoom function looks the same and it feels the same. Pretty similar. first time filming from here as a vlog style, so interested to see what the audio is like. There's a few things I forgot to mention in the video before because I was too excited. It literally feels like Christmas has come early. But there's 3 different types of stabilization. So right now I've got it on standard. There's also the high level of stabilization, but I believe it crops it in, so it's a bit more like this. And I've got a wide face, so having that, although it'd be smoother footage, would make me look like this all the time, and that's not a flattering image for both you and I to look at. It also has, of course, there's a screaming child just as I'm filming. There is also an inbuilt ND feature as well in the camera, which I believe is a first for this series. So it's great if you are in bright and overexposed sunny situations. So hopefully that will come in handy when I'm out and about and traveling. And what else was I going to say? So far, it's looking good, and I was looking at a lot of footage and the autofocus was having a lot of trouble on staying focused on the face. But right now, I mean, it seems like it's working pretty well, but I'm not moving around, so I wonder if I'm standing up and walking what it's like. But this is straight out the camera. I'm not going to do any color grading, but I will be filming a lot of vlogs with this camera, so if you are interested in seeing what it's like with a color grade, then maybe have a look. But yeah, so far it's going okay. I'm very, very orange right now because of the lighting in here. As you can just see, I just tried to do is that called a raspberry? I had a hard time focusing on my face, even if I was half pressing on the shutter button. It kind of kept searching but wasn't really focusing very, very well, as you can tell. But it's doing it very well like this right now. And also, I said it was up to 120 frames per second, and I'm probably being really silly right now because it is just straight out the box. I've not really muddled too much with the settings right now and customized it. But it says 100p right now, and P stands for progressive, I think, when it comes to frames per second, and it means it captures the full image. So if it's 100p, then it takes 100 full images as opposed to interlaced, which is kind of like the TV lines where it takes 2 to build up 1 full image, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It seems to be working, kind of. These are definitely first impressions. I am actually a little bit nervous filming this video because just in case there's a lot of people who are really professional with the technical terms and experts in that field, because I definitely am not. I wanted to make this video in more everyday terms based on my experience of learning about cameras and using cameras over the years. I wanted to be more the everyday person and to talk about the features that I find would be beneficial to more my style of shooting, just kind of on the go, travel things, daily snapshots of my life, and yeah, so hopefully it's alright. But tech people, don't worry, you've got nothing to worry about. I just feel more like a child where Christmas has come early today, so I'm just really excited that I get to film this video on this new little baby. Some of that low light action. I've pretty much just edited a first draft of the video, and so far I am noticing some of the footage becoming quite out of focus, which was something that came up in a lot of the camera review videos that I was watching about the Mark III. So that's a little bit annoying, but maybe in a future firmware update, like I'm using all those terms, then maybe it'll be a bit better. But apparently it has something to do with the sensor or something. But so far I still think it's pretty good, and the colours seem a little bit more clear, and it does seem a bit more realistic with the colouring straight out of the box as well. But anyway, I'm going to finish the video here because it's already getting very long because it's rambling a bunch. If you did enjoy my first ever unboxing and camera video, then give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more, well, not more videos like this, but just other videos. Let me know if you want to see more videos about the Mark III. But otherwise, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening. And there's a child very furiously chasing his football. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!